Hello everyone, thank you for watching the review of the Holy Stone HS161, which is very closely similar to the Simrex X900. The drone packaging that it comes in, it is pretty good, so that way you will protect the drone when you're carrying it around if you don't get a case for it. The controller has a flip up section that holds the camera in place and has this compartment on the back. I really don't know what it's for, but it is there. And it does have one button takeoff, one button land, and a headless button along with the calibration button. Propellers pull out pretty easy on this one. As you notice, they do fold into the drone, which makes it where once it's folded up, it is protected. The battery is pretty easy to take out and also put in. So that's pretty nice. And the battery on this one uses micro USB. So those cords are pretty easy to find. It does come with one, but if you have your own, you're able to plug up both batteries and the controller and have all charging at the same time. The flashlight that comes on it, I mean, it would be useful during sunrise and sunsets when it's not as much light out to let you know which direction you're facing since it is pretty bright. These two buttons are to take pictures or video without using the phone or controller. As you can see, both of the drones are about the same size from wing to wing or arm to arm in both directions. These are the two batteries, the Propeller Guards that came along with it as well. They are a bit soft, so if you're flying in speed 1, it probably will protect the propellers. But if you're flying at speed 3, I don't know how good those guards will protect the propellers. And they do snap on and off pretty easy. It's the little notches that it goes on and comes off from. There's the memory card for it. And it's pretty hard to get out. For me, I pretty much leaned it over and then just press it down so it'll snap out and fly out fast. And here's during flight. Um, it's not just testing out the hover because the wind gust was around 10 miles per hour this day and it was coming pretty frequent. So I was just trying to see how would it hold up to that. It does try to withstand the winds and won't be able to do much photography. And when you do start moving, it actually does stabilize some. I was trying to fly pretty low to see how would it react, and in case the wind did blow it, most likely the grass will catch it. But it did fly pretty good, and as you can see, the wind did die down some. So the drone, it did operate pretty well, unlike in the Simrex X900. In windy conditions, it did blow the drone. Both do have optical view for making sure that you're hovering in one spot, but I don't know if it's because I was flying the Simrex at a much higher altitude. The camera really didn't try to stabilize it, so the wind was able to take the drone away. And this one, because it was lower to the ground, the optical was able to keep it in position. And due to these wind conditions, the battery did drain down a lot faster. You didn't get 10 minutes of flight, which is also expected. And because the flight was going smooth, I decided to test out flying within close proximity to stuff. So that's why I decided to fly between the tree that was nearby. And it did work out pretty good. And as you can see with this drone, you do not see the propellers. So that's one of the things I didn't like about the Simrex was being able to see the propellers, but and everything else about the Simrex I did like. The fact that it had multiple filters that you can use if you're into just playing around with different images on the way they look and what's showing up in it. This one does not, the Holy Stone does not have filters on it, or at least not that many. So you don't have that feature. Both have the same follow me mode. I didn't test that out at this point, so I don't know how well that works on this. And then I shot in this area because I was going to do a side-by-side comparison between the the fact that both cameras was 1080p. But then when I realized how cloudy it was on this day, the resolution didn't look as good as it did on the Simrex since that was a sunnier day. So I know the lateral night would make a difference to make it where it would not be a fair comparison. But everything else about this drone, it was pretty nice to fly, easy to maneuver. and I would be able to accomplish what I wanted to, as you can see in this one, flying very close to objects. Usually I don't go this close. Like the Simrex, neither one has GPS in it. So with this one, when I tried to fly up to see how high it would go, eventually it just stopped. So I guess that means it's making it to the peak of its range. Makes it about to the top of the tree line. It didn't go too far above the tree line, so that lets you know about of how high it can go. And when I was flying outwards, it stopped after a while, and then I backed away. And when I backed away, I guess it lost signal, and then the drone started landing. So that made me think with this one, if it flies out of range, that the drone will try to land. It is a manual operated camera, but you can, and what I mean manual operated, you can move it up and down from 0 to 60 degrees. So you can't make it face straight down, but good enough to where if you're in the air, you can point it down. Of course, the drawback to it being manual means you have to have the camera adjusted the way you want before you start flying. And when you're at 0 degrees, which is directly straight, it still does not pick up the propellers, so you always have a clear shot. So I will be posting another video of me flying around some more with this drone. So stay tuned and look forward to seeing that one. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments you have below.